What's good, bro? We back in here, and yesterday I asked you guys to send me some questions via email. I made a whole email just for you guys to ask me questions. It's called askzenkai@gmail.com, and you guys sent me those questions, and today we're just going to be answering those questions. Alright, so first question is from my boy Psycho. First question he asked was, why your neck so long? Alright, I'm gonna say this now because a lot of people ended up talking shit about my neck in these questions. Alright, first off, I don't know. I mean, just genetics. I don't know. Like, I used to get clowned for it all the time. I mean, I still do get clowned for my neck. If y'all don't know what I look like, I will have a link in the description. Like, as a matter of fact, I have a Twitter link and the Instagram link in every single one of my videos. I don't know why people don't know what I look like at this point in time. But anyway, I don't know. I was just born this way, I guess. I mean, females like kissing and sucking on it whenever, you know what, we're gonna keep this PG. Anyway, next question. And I'm sorry, Psycho, I know you asked a lot of questions, but I'm going to only have to answer one. I'm gonna have to answer one. Like, if you guys sent me multiple questions in your email, I'm probably only gonna be able to answer one, just because of the fact I got so many emails. I'm trying to get to everybody. Okay? So yeah, we're just gonna answer that one question from my man Psycho. Y'all can ask me stuff on stream if y'all want to, but for the purpose of this video, I am only going to be answering one question per email. Next question comes from Jordan, aka Legend Never Die. I was wondering, are you ever going to do a meet and greet, and if not, why? Okay, so I would love to do a meet and greet. As a matter of fact, I would actually love to do a meet and greet with you guys, but the problem is, I mean, I don't have enough money to just go out to like these populated areas like Florida or Cali or anything like that. And it's like, bro, I live in Maryland. I don't know how many of you guys live in Maryland, but I mean, like, I would definitely be fine meeting up with some people that live around here. Like, we can link. I just need to find out. I don't know how many people live exactly around here. I know that a few people do, and I actually talk to them sometimes on Twitter and everything like that. But if it's only gonna be like a few people, I wouldn't really call that a meet and greet, if that makes any sense. I don't really know, but yeah, I would definitely be interested in doing a meet and greet. If there's anyone that lives around here in the DMV area, just let me know. Just hit me up, let me know, tweet at me, anything. Just let me know that you live around here, bro. And I don't know, maybe we'll set something up in the future. I would definitely be down for that though. Next question comes from OG Potuf Infinity. I think that's how you want me to say his name, bro. He asks, I've honestly wanted to ask, what weird food combinations do you enjoy? Most people call it weird as hell. I like pineapples on pizza, and I like pretty much everything on pizza. Pretty much everything. You throw pretty much anything on pizza, I don't like it. Y'all know how I love pizza. Y'all hear me talk about it all the time on stream. Y'all hear me. I've even eaten it in videos before. Like, I love pizza. I talk about it all the time on Twitter. Like, I love it. I love pizza. It's definitely my favorite food. So I guess anything that you guys would say is weird to put on a pizza. DMan5537 asks, what is your first console? My first console is a Nintendo 64. Alright, so with this next question, I'm gonna keep this dude's name anonymous just because of the fact he did not put in the email if he wanted me to say his name or not. And he says, hey Zenkai, can you hook a brother up with some Xbox love? Nah, just kidding. But for real though, in school, have you ever liked someone or more than one person and they don't like you back? And they don't tell you why they don't like you either, whether it's a fine girl or your friend? If you've gotten them to like you, can you give me an example on what you did so I can see what I'm doing wrong or should improve on? I know everyone is different. By the way, I'm a sophomore. Bro, I have an amazing example for you. But before we get to the example, I'm gonna just ask you. I want to ask you, have you talked to this person at all? Like, have you had a sit down with this person or any of these people and literally ask them what problem they may have with you? I definitely feel like you need to do that first, because I feel like that's the easiest way to resolve situations, because every single time I've had problems with people, whether we duked it out with fists, and that was that was immature, me and the person that I would have to end up doing that with, that was just a part of growing up, you feel me? But the most effective way, other than just like fighting each other literally with fists, was to just talk with the person. Because just talking to them and just coming to a mutual understanding with the person, that's how you grow. Not just in terms of that relationship with that person. That's how you grow as a person in general. It literally helps you mature. What you want to do is just talk to that person face to face. Whenever you're having a conversation with somebody, when you're trying to fix a difference between you and that person, you always want to talk to them face to face if possible. If not, do not text them. Do not text them. What you want to do is call them. Alright, so for my example, I'm actually going to end up telling you that I ended up doing the same advice that I just gave you. It was this girl who did not like me, and I was trying to mess with her, you feel me? Like, I thought she was pretty cool, but she did not like me. But I eventually convinced her to get to go out with me. I wouldn't say go out as in like dating, but we just hung out, you feel me? And after we hung out, she caught feelings for me. And that was just off of just me being a cool person. But I would definitely say, in order to fix situations where like you and another person aren't seeing eye to eye, you should definitely just have a face-to-face, I messed up on my words, face-to-face confrontation with that person. And if everything fails, like if that person just does not like you after even having a face-to-face confrontation with that person, I would say don't stress it, because it's so many different people in this world. You can't trust everybody. That's definitely not the case. But there's just so many different people in this world, man. Like, it'd be crazy for you to sit up there and stress over one person. Like, that's coming from someone who has gone through something like that before. Like, I'm coming from experience, guys. I'm telling you guys from experience. That's not cool. It's not the move. Once you look back on situations where it's like, wow, I really stress over that, you really start to realize how stupid you really look, bro. So I'm trying to tell you, if it doesn't work out between you and a person, what you want to do is just say, you know what? All right, they're lost. And I know that sounds so cliche to say, but it's really the truth. That's how you have to approach these type of situations. Because if you sit here and think that it's your loss that you did not get that person, like, bro, come on. You gotta have some more confidence in yourself, man. You gotta have some more confidence in yourself, man. I'm trying to tell you, because at the end of the day, you want to be able to say, wow, even without that person, I'm still this great. Even without that person, I'm still successful. Even without that person, I am still the greatest of all time. I am the GOAT. At the same time, you don't want to have a God complex or anything like that, because you have to be realistic when viewing life. You have to be realistic when viewing life situations and stuff like that. But at the same time, you should really focus on yourself. You don't have to just sit here and dwell on one other person not liking you, man. If they didn't like you, then, I mean, okay, maybe that was just a negative person that could have had a negative effect on your life. Maybe that's just a good thing that you really didn't even get into that type of situation. And I know that you might say right now, wow, that really doesn't make sense, because I don't see how that person could negatively affect my life. I've seen it happen, bro. It's so many situations where people will say, oh, well, this person is really cool, they're really good, and then that person ends up turning into a very bad person. Matter of fact, I'm gonna recommend that anime, King's Game. Have any of you guys watched King's Game? Watch King's Game. That's all I have to say. Watch the first and the second episode of King's Game, and you'll see what I'm talking about when I say that just because someone seems really cool and really decent at first, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to end up having a positive influence on your life. You feel me? Next question is from Top Photon ZZZ. He asked, what was the reason you started watching Dragon Ball, and how much of an impact did it make on your life? Alright, so I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't remember my first episode of Dragon Ball. I don't remember at all, because I was just so young. I would assume that the reason why I started watching Dragon Ball is just because my parents just put on Cartoon Network, and that just came on, and it was just something cool to me. Alright, and y'all should already know. I mean, I have a Dragon Ball YouTube channel. Like, my content is based on Dragon Ball, so y'all should know that it's had a huge impact on my life. But I would definitely say that the biggest role that it's played on my life is motivation. The motivational role that it's played on my life is huge, bro. Because it might seem funny to say, it might sound really crazy to even say, but it's been multiple situations. I've literally said to myself that the obstacle that I'm taking on is nothing compared to what Goku had to go through. So this should be very easy for me. And if I can't push through this, I'm a punk. And I'm gonna push through this, because mama ain't raised no punk. I ain't going out like that, bro. It might seem funny the way that I put it, but it's so true. That's literally the way I look at a lot of things. A lot of things that may unmotivate me, things that might stop me from doing something. I just say, well, this wouldn't stop Goku or Gohan or Vegeta, so why would I let it stop me? I'm the GOAT. I'm not about to let this happen, bro. No, heck no. I'm gonna push through this, and I will be great. This is just some advice from me to you guys. If you have anything that motivates you to do better, don't care about what other people may say about you when it comes to, oh wow, so that's what motivates you. As long as you're doing great because of something, hold on to that, bro. Hold on to that. Be prideful. Be happy that you actually have something that can push you to do better. Because some people don't have that, bro. Be happy that you can actually excel in life. Alright, but that is the last question that I'm going to answer for this video. What I'm going to end up doing, I'm going to end up doing a Q&A every single weekend if you guys want. Let me know how you guys feel about that, because it's definitely more questions that I have to answer for this specific Q&A. Like, I'm definitely going to do a part 2 and a part 3 and a part 4 to this. But what I would think would be a better idea, rather than just keep doing different parts to this specific Q&A, you guys just keep sending me questions and then I'll just keep on answering. You feel me? If that makes any sense. So I'll definitely get to the questions that were asked for this specific Q&A first before I get to the other ones. But if you guys are interested in me doing a Q&A every weekend, you guys ask me new questions and I answer them for you, go ahead and send me an email. The email is called askzenkai@gmail.com. I will have it in the description down below if you don't know how to spell it. If you guys ask me any questions and they did not get answered in this video, just assume that I'm going to be answering them in the future, guys. As I said, I'm going to try to get to every single one of them, because it's not like I'm getting a crazy amount of emails. But at the same time, I am getting a lot, to the point where it's just like, bro, I can't answer all of these in one video. We'll have like a 30 to 40 minute long video. I'm just going to have to break these up, guys. So I'll definitely try to get to your questions. You're just going to have to wait. But yeah, go ahead and send them through the email and I'll answer them for you guys. All right. Also, I want to give a special thank you to anyone who does ask questions, because if it weren't for your questions, guys, it would be impossible for me to even make videos answering questions. You feel me? So thank you guys for actually sending me questions. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if any of you guys haven't already. I'm assuming that most of the people watching this video are already loyal subs, but you never know. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure to do that, as well as turn on my notifications. Make sure to like this video, guys. Have a wonderful day. I'm out, bro.